Hello everyone, I am Roshit again. Welcome back to Happy Guru. So do you want to be the president of your country? I know it's a big question to ask, but what do you think? Can you? Before going into that, I would like to share a quote a very important personality once said. The best way to predict your future is to create it. Today I'll tell you the story of the same person who said the above quote. It is one of the most inspiring stories you would have ever come across. It's about a man who was born on the February the 12th, 1809 in Kentucky, America. He was born into a very poor family in a single-roomed log cabin. He had a very tough childhood. His mother died when he was only 9. He spent most of his childhood working on his father's farm. He wasn't able to attend school in a regular basis and so never had a comprehensive education. But he had a dream. As a child, during one of his few stints in school, his teacher asked everyone in the class what they wanted to be when they grow up. Everyone gave usual answers like doctors, lawyers, teachers, etc. All except this lanky boy who stood up and said he wanted to become the President of America. Everyone in the class, including the teacher, laughed at him. The teacher even told him to be realistic, not to be stupid. But this young man took it as a challenge in his life. He worked really hard. Though his life circumstances forced him to drop out of school, he educated himself to become a lawyer first, and then went on to become the most famous president America ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, you got it. That little boy was none other than Abraham Lincoln. He became the President of America not just once, but twice in a row. He led the nation through its greatest moral, constitutional and political crisis in the name of American Civil War. He was instrumental in keeping the integrity of the states. America would have been divided and would have never become as strong as a country as it is now if it wasn't for him. He campaigned strongly against slavery, which was prevalent at that time. He was the president who abolished slavery forever. He united the states, strengthened the federal government, and modernized the US economy. There are so many lessons we can learn from this great man, but we'll discuss 3 of them. One is hard work. He was very fond of reading books from a very young age. He did most of his learning by himself. His father was not very supportive of him going to school. He wanted him to work on the fields with him rather than reading. So he had to work along with his father during the daytime and read books during the night time using a light of a lamp, as there was no electricity in the house. He used to walk for miles to access books to read. He couldn't get admission into the law school, but he learned all it by himself and went on to become a lawyer. Second one is perseverance. A lot of people consider Lincoln as the best example you can give for the word perseverance. Lincoln faced so many challenges, not only just in his childhood, but also later in his life. He failed repeatedly in many of his endeavors. He lost his job a few times, became bankrupt after failing at his business. It took him 17 years to repay all his debts. His first fiancée, who he had been with many years, passed away just before their marriage. He had a mental breakdown and he was in bed for 6 months. He lost 8 times in the elections before applying for the American presidency. When he applied for the presidency, Stephen Douglas was his opponent, against whom he had lost previously for the senator election. Did that stop him going ahead? Not really. Now, stop for a minute and think, how many times would you have reapplied after losing an election? 3 times? 4 times? But this man kept applying even after losing 8 times. He persevered. He chose not to give up. What happened? He succeeded. On one hand, Lincoln's life was full of defeats and setbacks. On the other hand, it's extremely inspiring and how he overcame all that and went on to become one of the most successful presidents ever. He could have given up with his life when he lost his mother at very young age, the death of his fiancée, when he lost all his jobs, failed at his business, when he became bankrupt and in mental breakdown, when he lost all that elections, but he chose to fight back and never gave up. third one is dream big. Lincoln's childhood dream and his challenge to become the President of America kept him going. It's not your family status or position that makes you successful, but the power to dream and aspire. Lincoln is one of the perfect examples of having a big dream, persevering it, and working really hard towards it and achieving it. So coming back to our question today, can you become the president of your country? And the answer is, of course you can. Yes, your particular dream may not be to become the president. Whatever your dream is, set a goal, have a power to focus, visualize it, and ready to work hard for it. And you can become whoever you want it to be. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to sign off today with a quote by myself. It doesn't matter how poor you are born, your success depends on how rich your dreams are. Thank you very much for watching. Until I see you next time with yet another motivational video. Goodbye.